I watched the press conference with Shields and Savannah Marshall. Well, I'm just going to tell you guys this. The only advantage that Savannah Marshall possesses over Claressa Shields that will actually be a factor in this fight is the use of elbows. The use of elbows, rabbit punches, and headbutts. That's it. And that's it. And the same thing with some kind of similar with the Taylor and Amanda Serrano fight. Whole bunch of fucking headbutts. Whole heap of headbutts. In this fight, I'm telling you guys, if you go back and watch Savannah Marshall and all of her fights, she's a dirty ass fighter. You know, and that's how they train her to fight. And she is a bit slow, but not too slow. And that she can't land a punch. Her body shots are nice, you know, but at the same time is, you know, her body shots are nice and her knockouts are nice, but against who? Peter Fear and a lot of them, they did a very good job on matchmaking and padding Savannah Marshall's record up. Last minute fights. She had about 3 or 4 of them. You know what I'm saying? The last 3 years. You know what I'm saying? The last person she fought against, Fabcake, which Claressa Shields fought 3 years ago, she was supposed to win that fight. It was supposed to. That outcome right there is what they were looking for the build-up for this fight. That's the only thing they did with her career. A whole bunch of matchmaking. If that's the case, she would have fought Hannah Gabriels. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, that right there, there's other tough opponents out there than Fibcake. But they didn't want that. They wanted somebody that she could fight, that she could look good against. And that's what they did with her career. And that's what Claressa Shields said. What have you done? She hasn't fought anybody. She doesn't have any big names on her record. And if you call them big names, you know and I know that those fights were supposed to end in that type of fashion because that's the result that they were looking for leading up to the fight to make her look good, i.e. matchmaking. You know, matchmaking of this sort, you know, whether or not it's Blair to Flair, whether or not it's, what's his name? Mr. Whip His Dick Out. Those are the outcomes they're looking for. You know, Christopher Lovejoy. That's the kind of outcomes they're looking for. So Joe Joyce, his last fight, that's the outcome they was looking for. You know, he could have fought somebody else. You know what I'm saying? He could have fought somebody that everybody knows is a live body. You know, but that's not the direction they wanted to go. They wanted to go the direction of the ooh-ah sensational for the optics to the boxing fans so they can sit up over here and give you some type of social engineering to gear their fighter up. That's the reason why Savannah Marshall's talking points and her argument in all of these motherfucking press conferences is the same. That's the reason why everything that's being said is geared towards making her look good with all the press conferences with Claressa Shields, because they're going to keep bringing up amateurs. Amateurs. From the amateurs and the pros, that's not even, you can't even compare that between night and day. You cannot. You cannot compare that between the amateurs, night and day. You see what I'm saying? You could beat a couple people in the amateurs, and then get in the pros, and those people that you beat probably fuck you up. It happened with a few guys. You know? That's the way shit works. Some people get better and some people don't. You know, some people could get better by way of being young and finding and finding different trainers and going here and getting different sparring and stuff like that because of money. And some can't. They got to do it all on their own. You know, some are privileged and some are not. You know, and it seems like in boxing in these days, the privileged folks is always getting the looks. The underprivileged ain't. And it used to be the other way around because of the hunger that people had. Now all of a sudden the hunger is not about for the sport of boxing, it's about the money. You know? And like I said, man, she's not going to be able to hit Claressa Shields that much. You know? But what I suggest that Claressa Shields do is don't sit on a pocket on the stool too often, because these refs would outpoint you if she's showing more active aggression. You know, and that's the nature of the beast with some of these refs. You know, you don't gotta land nothing. All you gotta do is just hit some gloves and show that you're the aggressor and don't land shit. Maybe 1 or 2, 3 punches per round and you land 10 and you show good defense. You know, the refs, some of these refs rather give it to the person that was the actor aggressor. You know, and you got to be careful. You know, and they're banking on that she does sit in the pocket on the stool, because at the end of the day, you know, that gives her a chance to get off, to try to get off first and try to throw punches and bunches and hope something lands. You know, so she can score some points with these refs, with these judges, because that's exactly how they've been doing some of these fights. You know, the dude don't land shit, but he wins. It's miraculous how they boxing allows this to go on. But anyways, make sure you guys go out there and listen to because he beat me. Laws D beat me to the punch. Make sure you guys go out there to Laws D channel and listen to his take on the fight. And shout outs to the whole boxing community, and everybody stay sucker free.